Okay, we're back. I have a videographer, Ed C's here. Obviously, Sean took off, my son. So we're parked at 250 still. You can see I cleaned the Kamado up a little bit. She was looking pretty bad. I'm going to go ahead and take the grate off here. And if you want to look inside, you'll see, as we discussed earlier, very little coals have been used to keep this thing parked at 250 for, we're running on about 2 hours here. So, not much going on there. Ed'll keep the picture there. I'm going to go ahead and get the wood. And so this is the smoke wood I'm going to use right here. It's just a oak wine cask, and we're going to do just one piece. I'm going to set a deflector on here. Kind of get that positioned in the center. Let me get the grate. Put the grate in. And you'll see that wood's going to start smoking in a minute. Now I'm going to get my, I'm using a Maverick ET73. I'm only going to monitor the meat temp. I don't really care about the cooker temp because I'm confident in the dome temp I've got there. So I'll kind of feed that in. Got this scientific piece of tin foil here. Fits in nicely. It's got a little indent already. Used it a couple times. So we've got the Maverick in there. And here's the guest of honor. So go ahead and put the guest of honor in there. And put my Maverick in. I just like to measure a little bit here. Make sure I'm getting in the center. So that looks about center right there. So about right there. And there's plenty of room up here in the dome of the Komodo Kamado, so you don't have to worry about when you close your lid, it's gonna push that in. And that's it. We're ready to go. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this baby up, and we'll come back when. And so right here I've got the ET73. It looks like we're sitting about 62 degrees. I let this roast sit on the counter for probably 2.5 to 3 hours. So it's definitely, it's almost room temperature. I find that gives me a much more even cook. So I've got a, I'm going to have medium rare all the way through versus just medium rare in the center and then that gray kind of on the outside. So we'll go ahead and update things once we get back to temperature. It won't take long because the Komodo Kamado is heat soaked. And so once we get back to temperature, we see some smoke coming here, we'll come back and show you what we've got going on. Thanks. Alright, we're back. And it's probably been, I don't know, 20 minutes since we put the rib roast on. And you'll see we're sitting about just about 275. I want to keep her around, let me back out a little bit there. I want to keep her around 270. And you'll see we've got some nice smoke working here. Actually, I don't know if you can see that. There we go. Just a nice faint smoke from that piece of wine cask that I threw on there. And so we're sitting also in terms of temperature about 68, so it's come up about 7, 8 degrees in the limited amount of time. So I'm thinking that this roast is going to take about 2.5 hours. So we'll come back and show you guys what she looks like when we get her off. Alright, we're probably about 1.5 hours into the cook. We're sitting at 98 degrees. And if you come over here, the Komodo Kamado is sitting at, she won't focus on this. I apologize. About 272, exactly where I want. I'm trying to stay between 270 and 275. Don't know if you noticed, I cleaned up my Komodo Kamado, so she's looking very clean. So great cook so far. 98 degrees, going to about 122, right on target here. Smells wonderful out in the backyard. One of the nice things about the Komodo Kamado, I don't know if you can tell, but you know, I put that piece of wood on an hour and a half ago, and I've got a very faint smoke going. So it does a great job in terms of, you know, limited oxygen and keeping just a nice, slow, steady smoke. And it's not the heavy white smoke; it's that very faint light smoke, the blue smoke that you get going, and that's due to the lack of, or not the lack, but the limited oxygen. If you take a look at where my wheel is, that's all the oxygen it's getting. Is that much oxygen in the wheel? And if you take a look at how open I am, that's closed. That's fully closed. That's where I'm cooking. So very little oxygen getting into there. So anyway, we'll be back. I'm thinking we probably have a little over an hour to go, but everything's looking good so far. All right, you can see that my ET73 is sitting at 125. So we're going to go ahead and check the roast now. I've got my thermopin. And let's go, you'll see, I lowered the temp. It was actually moving pretty quickly. So I lowered the temp to about 250. So let's see how this bad boy looks. As you can see, it looks horrible. I don't know if anyone's going to want to eat that or not, but let's check the temp with the thermopin. Alright, looks like deep down in the center, doesn't look like I pushed it down far enough. We're sitting about 102. So we'll go ahead and close this baby back up, and I'll bring the temp up a little bit. And I imagine 30 to 45 minutes we should be good. So I'm going to go ahead and close her up, and we'll come back when she's done. Alright, so I didn't push the probe deep enough into the roast. So I went ahead and put it deeper in, and got an accurate temperature reading. It turns out my ET73 is about 3 degrees low, so we're currently sitting at 124 dead center. So we'll go ahead and open this baby up and check her out.
That sounded pretty. You're not still recording, right?
Yeah. All right, so kept her pegged, 260 something. Again, looks horrible. I don't know who want to eat this, but let's go ahead and take a look at it. $121. I feel comfortable with 121 dead center. It's going to go ahead and rest for about 30 minutes. Pardon me, 120, and so it'll come up. So I feel pretty good about it. So we're going to go ahead and pull it and let her rest for 20 minutes, and I'm going to do some veggies, etc. Alright, here we are. This is the final product from the Komodo Kamado. It was on approximately 3.5 hours at between 260 and 270, and as you'll see, it is absolutely the same temperature from the center to the end. This is, and that has to do with the fact that I let it warm up on the counter to room temperature and then cooked it low and slow, and it's unbelievably juicy. Here's the ribs from it, so we'll be enjoying the ribs tomorrow, maybe for breakfast. But that's the final product from the Komodo Kamado. So we're getting ready to enjoy a nice glass of wine, great dinner, and thank you very much for watching these videos. Enjoy.